Hi parents, thank you so much for attending the virtual back to school night. Today is Monday, September 21st, and my name is Miss Boccardi. I am your child's fourth grade math and science teacher, and I have to say that I'm so lucky and so honored to be their teacher. They are an amazing, amazing group of students. So thank you again for attending this virtual back to school night and for your continued support at home. We certainly appreciate all that you do. So a little bit about me. This will be my third year teaching fourth grade math and science at the UES. I attended the University of Delaware, where I studied elementary education and middle school math, so I am duly certified in both. And I love teaching, it's my passion. So a little bit about our class. We have two homerooms on our team, my homeroom and Mrs. Boxer's homeroom. Each homeroom has 23 students. For science, we have an in-class support teacher whose name is Mr. Velichka. And each day, the students receive 60 minutes of math instruction and 30 minutes of science instruction during the distance learning, so during phase one. The students are pretty familiar with their schedules by now, but just to share with you, students in my homeroom have science and math in the morning, whereas students in Mrs. Boxer's homeroom have math and science in the afternoon. You can see that every day there are office hours from 1:45 to 2:45 where the students can visit a teacher for any help on that day's work. And again, the students can just drop in or they can send a private message on an assignment if they need help with the assignment, or they can, during class, ask to schedule an appointment with the teacher if they feel like they need extra support on any particular skill. Or the teacher might say, come see me at office hours, I'd like to go over this with you. But we know that the students are very motivated this year. They have lots of tremendous hopes and dreams for the year. So I just wanted to share a few with you. One says, I hope that we will have fun together on our devices during the quarantine. I hope that I will get better at long division and math. I hope that I just do well in fourth grade. I hope to learn a lot about math and science and more. So our math curriculum pretty much focuses on three areas. The three areas are multi-digit multiplication and division. In other words, two-digit by two-digit multiplication and long division. The students will also learn a lot about fractions this year, focusing on equivalent fractions, what that means, how to add and subtract fractions with like denominators, and how to multiply fractions by whole numbers. Towards the end of the year, we're going to study geometry, where the students are going to classify shapes based on their properties like parallel sides, perpendicular, angle measures, and symmetry. So here is a more detailed breakdown of what we are covering in math, but just to focus on the first trimester, which brings us to December, we are covering place value, adding and subtracting whole numbers, and multiplication, so multiplying by one-digit numbers and multiplying by two-digit numbers. Again, this will take us to about December, which is the end of trimester one. Then in science, our current unit is an earth science unit called the History of Planet Earth, where we're studying about plate tectonics and fossils and the layers of Earth. We're also studying after this Earth systems. We'll learn about the atmosphere, the biosphere, geosphere, and hydrosphere. And we'll get into a little bit of physical science with energy, waves, light, and information this year, as well as natural resources, natural disasters or hazards, and some life science. So just in general, each class in math is started with a do now. Typically, it reviews previously learned concepts. Sometimes it's just an attention grabber. Lately, I've been posting pictures where the students have to estimate or guess how many, let's say, sheets of paper are in the package or how many tissues are in the box, and we talk about those numbers. Then there's a whole group lesson with some new content, some guided practice where I help to model the problems for the students and the time for the students to try the problems on their own, so independent practice. And at the end of class, there is either a closure question or an exit ticket usually. Science is pretty similar. At the beginning of class, we'll discuss prior knowledge related to whatever topic we're studying. We'll have a whole group lesson with new content, which are typically demonstrations or videos, discussions, or slides. There's frequent checks for understanding throughout the lesson, and typically once per week, we will have labs, which I really enjoy doing with the students because I like watching them figure out the concept on their own rather than, the teachers telling them. I think it really helps to prepare them for the 21st century, as well as the skills like collaboration, communication, problem solving, and critical thinking, and creativity. We know that they're getting a lot of use out of technology during distance learning, so that's definitely going to be a skill that will help them to succeed in the 21st century as well. When we're back in school, we're going to have them still on technology, ST Math and iExcel. Pearson is also, it's our old name for the math book or the math series, which is now called Savas. So they also have their online math textbook. And Discovery Education is a really great website for math and science that has lots of videos, lots of cool videos, I should say. We have 3 trimesters starting in September 3rd, trimester 1 began. It ends December 8th. And during this time, the students have the special of art. Then they move to music until March, and then technology until the end of the year. So this is something that I'm just starting this year with distance learning, but I feel that this could be a unique opportunity for parents to get involved with their child's education. So I invite you to be a guest speaker for our class, especially if you have a job in STEM or STEAM. That way you can explain to the students what you do, as well as explain the importance of why we learn math, why we learn science, and how their skills are going to be applied in their future careers. And our school uses standards-based grading. So basically for each standard or skill, the students receive 1 of 4 grades, either exceeding standards, meeting standards, approaching standards, or need support. So at this time, I'm going to show you some resources, or some websites, I should say, that could help throughout the year. So over here on the UES homepage, you can find any teacher's school website by clicking teacher websites and then clicking on the teacher's name on the left. So here you're actually going to find under homework and events, these are linked to my lesson plans. So whatever I type in my lesson plan homework gets posted here each day. So you can see what your child is required to do for homework each night. We also have a team website. This is my page, so I have some contact information listed here, as well as on my other school website. But you can always contact me at my email, amanda.boccardi@sayrevillek12.net, or you can join the Remind app, join my class on the Remind app by texting Ms. Boccardi to 81010, which is another really great way to communicate because the messages go straight to your phone. Here in Google Classroom, you'll see that there's a stream on top which has recent announcements and assignments and classwork. So under tonight's homework is Practice Buddy 1-4. They only have math homework, no science homework, because today they had Spanish, so they did not have science. And you can also see the old assignments that the students completed. Clever is something that the students are definitely used to using in school. So this is where they find their ST Math. This is where they find their iExcel, Discovery Education, Savas. Like I said, the old name for it was Pearson, but they can find their online textbook here, which I wanted to share with you. A particular problem set for your reference. So this is one activity that we did on Friday. We studied comparing numbers less than, greater than, and equal to. And the students for classwork had to select less than, greater than, or equal to sign to compare their numbers. And iExcel is another really, really great resource for the students under 4th grade math. There are all these activities listed by topic, and they cover pretty much what the students learn throughout the year. It's adaptive to their progress, meaning that if they are struggling with the concept, if they're getting questions wrong, their score goes down, and then in order for their scores to go up, they have to answer the questions correct in order to reach 100%. So it does challenge the students to keep going until they get it. And for iExcel, they also can enter 3rd grade or 5th grade. 5th grade for more advanced work, 3rd grade for more remedial practice before getting into 4th grade. But I definitely recommend, especially studying for a test, for the students to use iExcel. So again, I just wanted to share my contact information. Feel free to contact me at any time through email, through Remind. Here's my school website and my team website, which I showed you how to find. But anything you need throughout the year, I'm here to support you. I'm here to support your child, and I really hope that I get to meet them at some point this year in person. But I am really, really enjoying this year so far with your children. So thank you so much. And any questions throughout the year, please do not hesitate to contact me.